Okay, mic check. One, two. Can chat hear me? Hello, hello. Yes. Okay, great. All right. Okay. Okay, duly noted. Can you hear me now? Okay, good, good. All right, let's get things started. Bear with me just a moment. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are starting now. Hello, everybody. Hello, it's me. It's me. It's the one and only Lady D. Do not let the sound of my voice alarm you. Yes, it is. It is rather deep, but you know what? The best things are deep. Anyway, so um, y'all are supposed to be quiet here. I can hear you. Oh, no worries. Live TV, live internet. Okay, so yes, hello. I'm Lady D, and this is. Let me stop that music for a quick second. You could tell that I don't do this very often. In fact, this is probably my first stream that actually has any amount of viewers or any preparation so far. Um, oh, something going wrong? Oh, yeah. Ha, no. No, it is not going to become NC-17. Anyway, um, so I'm Lady D, also known as Lady D Draws. I also make and sell plastic jewelry on Etsy. You can see the address for the shop down below, and you can also find down below the Twitter for this particular game. Under Fractured Sky is the name of the game. In case you haven't been able to read that there. So yeah, so we are basically a collection of 10 people, some of whom I've known prior to starting the stream, and some of whom I've only just met as a result of this stream, or as a result of advertising this stream. And yeah, 9 players. I did not anticipate that we would get that amount of players. I tried to build a nice big pool for us to so like if I had a night that we could all do it, where a few of us could do it, then I'd be okay. But I ended up, hey, I got like 9 people now, so that's how we're gonna roll it. Anyway, so we're gonna get started with some introductions now, and the first person I'd like to have introduced, Mega, if you would be so kind.
Yeah. Hello. My name's Megazine900, but I keep it Mega for short for simplicity. Pronouns he, him, his. I'm a teacher and tutor by trade, but tonight I play the student as Nova Amberle, a wide eyed wizard with a heart of gold and a big secret. Find me at Twitter and Insta at Magazine900. I swear I'm not boring. I swear.
Fantastic. Oh, by the way, pronouns for me, she, her, hers. Okay, so thank you for reminding me of my own format that I wanted people to not forget. So coming up next, we have Zool. Zool, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Zool, and my full name is Zool the cat, obviously, but you can just call me Zool. I go by him pronouns, and I will be performing the role of Avne de Beauveau, a cockatiel Kenku paladin. You can find me at both on both Twitter and Twitch as Zool the cat, where I do the art thing, mostly sketches, and I may or may not do the game thing. Haven't decided yet. If that's your cup of tea, then come swing by and say hello. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. All right, and next on the list we have Miyoko.
Hi, I am Miyoko, she, her. I am a transgender gamer on YouTube, as well as video editor, just helping out with a little bit with a few things. Not my first rodeo with D&D, so I'm very excited for this. I have very few projects like this. It's so great. But yeah, I will be playing Eye of the Forest, Sleek Paw Tabaxi Warlock.
Very nice.
And it would be a pleasure working with all of you.
All right, and up next we have Bella.
Hey y'all, Bella, she, her pronouns. I'll be playing the dwarf cleric Tirza Cowdload, and besides work in retail, I write, game, and stream sometimes with my fiance Will, who's at Wodog. On most places, I'm either at Bella Bears or at Ice Bear Bella. So find me on Twitter. I'm also not boring.
Rest assured, nobody here is boring.
Thank God.
All right, and speaking of not boring, hey, turns out we have Dragon here. Dragon, tell us about yourself.
Oh, okay. I have to talk now. Hi, I'm Dragon. I'm Dragon. He his. I am an IT student from good old. Well, actually, today is sunny. Sunny New Zealand. New Zealand. I will be playing the Null Barbar. I'll be playing the Null Barbarians. So yeah, prepare for me to basically ruin all social encounters by just wanting to hit stuff.
Fantastic. All right, and we have one of our newcomers here, Bridget. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Bridget. I am the D&D baby of the group. This is my first real foray. I've played similar games before, but this is my first time streaming one. She, her pronouns. I will be playing the role of Holly, the halfling rogue. In real life, I am a customer service agent for Wayfair. I work at a call center, and I am kind of boring. I think I don't have anything else to plug.
Oh,
No.
Bridget, you're not boring. Don't worry about it though. All right, and then we have Cheryl.
Cheryl? Hello?
Alright, my
Oh,
mic was
really?
muted.
Oh, courteous will throw you off every time. Okay, Cheryl, now go ahead.
I'm Cheryl. My pronouns are they, them. I play Weira Avnas, the half-orc bard. I'm a professional artist, mostly sculpture and jewelry, and a passionate role player, both D&D, and I also LARP at a Sabbat Vampire the Masquerade game. You can find my art on Facebook, YouTube,
Ooh.
Instagram. It's all Noadi Art, Noadi Art. And if you want to follow my LARP-related stuff, you can find me on Instagram, Noadi.
Okay, you cut out for a quick second, so can you just redo that one more time?
Okay.
Just-
Cheryl.
Just the Instagram name.
Oh, for my LARP Instagram, it's Captain Noadi.
Thank you. Okay, fantastic. And now we have one of our other wee babby D&D players. We have Salix.
Hi, I'm Salix. This is the first time I've ever played D&D. I'm he, him. I'm playing Fringle, the gnome cleric. and I don't really do much.
Okay.
I would like to start streaming if I can figure out how, but if you want to follow me on social media, I'm Salix Staff of Ice on Twitter, Instagram, and Trip, and Twitch. Sorry, but that's about it.
All right, fantastic. And rounding out the rest of our team, we have Dan.
Hi, my name is Dan. My pronouns are he, him, his. I work in retail. I write for fun. I do a little bit of role playing and gaming. I will be playing Jack, the lizard folk ranger. And, well, you can find me on Twitter at Drake Wolfson. And that's it.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so now that we have introductions out of the way, let's get started. Let me get that music back up there.
There we go. Got the jams.
Alrighty. And we're gonna start my introduction with a poem from this world. Claim si fondanir, shif si kommares, yodach ma hernash, skosk the hershun ka keresh. Under fractured sky, beyond the clouded gate, will the poison clear with time, or will time be far too late? Ancient Tabaxi sailor poem, translated by Wordsworth Hoppersley, 33 BCC. Our story takes place on the world of Amosar, said to be forged by the gods from pieces of their broken homeworlds. This world is a mosaic of lands and skies, each nation's sky seemingly a different shade or hue from the others. The known world thus far is a series of continents, of diverse biomes huddled together amongst a vast, unforgiving, mostly uncharted and unchartable sea. This realm is known as Avasoland. Millennia ago, the Avasoland Empire held the known lands of Amosar in its tyrannical grasp. Seated at Averhold, led by the imperial house Aversol, there was a great industrial and technological progress, but at the expense of the spirit and health of the people it ruled. Where the Aversos had come from, or what races they originated from, has been lost to time. No murals, mosaics, or sculptures depicting them remain, and descriptions from literature and folklore always depend on who's telling the stories. However, scholar, bard, and pretty much anyone will all agree on a few descriptors for the long-forgotten family. Words such as beautiful, awe-inspiring, glorious, divine, glimmering, breathtaking, shining, and most importantly, terrifying. But suddenly, the entire imperial family and about 50,000 citizens throughout the empire from all races and walks of life disappeared without a trace, and nearly 1/3 of those who disappeared were citizens of Averhold, rendering the once bustling capital a ghost town. The Great Vanishing, as it came to be called, left a power vacuum and sent the realm into chaos. Wars over land and resources raged, and many of the technological marvels of the Avasolan Empire were lost and forgotten. These wars consumed the minds and bodies of all walks of life as petty lordships wiped each other out, and military alliances gave rise to powerful nations. It wasn't until the last 400 years or so that brought relative peace to the lands. A world weary of warfare negotiated a series of peace treaties across the former empire. The crux of all agreements, however, was what was to become of the former capital of Averhold. It had changed hands so many times throughout the millennia, and though the white marble ring-shaped walls of the ancient city were kept pristine by unknown magic, the lands surrounding it were ravaged and scorched, razed to the ground every time. The ultimate solution was to create the Averhold Free State, a small city-state governed by the Council of Nine. The Nine are chosen to represent the 9 separate realms that were born from the ashes left behind after centuries of warfare. In addition to the governance of the city, the Council also serves to negotiate treaties and disputes between the 9 sovereign nations, Though their efficacy in this is debatable, it has been a realm without war for centuries. Every 4 years for the last 100 years, in an attempt to build harmony between the nations, the Council has held and planned the Averhold Games, where competitors gather from throughout the lands to take place in contests of skill and athleticism. Concurrent with these games, there are also expositions, traveling performance troupes, and merchant bazaars. The sleepy administrative city comes to life as it is filled over capacity, and the nearby burgs and villages bustle with activity. This is also around the time that the Grand Council, the Council of Nine plus the nation's sovereign heads of state, meet to discuss matters of greater importance than typical council business. In the weeks leading up to this grand festival, our players find themselves awakened in Baythery, a large yet sleepy town on the banks on the Olive Wine River, about a week's journey west of Averhold. It is a quaint town that benefits from being at a crossroads between major cities as well as just south of Olive Wine's major confluences. Still, it maintains the charm of a small village. That quaintness is amplified by the aroma of cedar, an abundant tree in this area. And when the Averhold Games are about to be held, much like now, this usually quiet crossroads town becomes filled to capacity as its citizens become impromptu innkeepers, renting out extra beds, floor space, storage sheds, or even just permission to pitch a tent in the yard, as most are neither brave nor capable enough to rest outside the city walls. And though the amount of people would normally make this town, or any such town like it, smell horrible, thankfully the abundant smell of cedar and dedicated waste technicians keep the place smelling fresh. Young Nova, you find yourself here in Baythery with instructions from your late mother. All right, so Nova, tell the world what you're like.
Well, Nova is not fairly old, not fairly young either, around 25 years of age, 5'10". He is, as far as like clothing is concerned, he's wearing some typical like adventuring gear, nothing too special. However, one thing that any passerby will notice is that most, if not all, of his head is completely covered. There's a large scarf covers all of his neck, all of the part above his head, and leaves only his eyes and nose. In fact, as he walks into Baythery, he sort of like holds this scarf more closely to his face and pushes it up a little higher, realizing that he's about to go into a very public place.
Yes, and we have a picture of Nova right here for all of your enjoyment. All right, so Nova, you were tasked to come to Baythery on this, just shortly before the Averhold Games. What brings you here?
Well, per the instructions of my late mother, I was instructed to look for one known as Rengis, as supposedly he would tell me, what was the next step for me in all of this. It's like everything like became so sudden, and so now it's a new world for him, as it were.
Indeed. Well, you did a little bit of information gathering underneath this golden sky over Baythery, and you found that this man that you're looking for, this Rengis, is actually the local tavern keep. So, since there's really only one tavern in town, even though it is a big one, you make your way to the Boar's End Tavern.
Just making sure that his as he walks in, he's sure to make sure that his scarf is properly positioned.
Okay, so as you make your way into this tavern, it is indeed quite. I don't know why this sound keeps cutting out. Bear with me. Sorry. Rest assured, the car horns are not in the games.
I apologize. I am in a major city. Just throwing that out there for the public.
Yes. Anyway, yes, a major city. Anyway, so you find yourself in this busy, bustling tavern, listening to, there's so many people here. There's people of all races, all walks of life. You, being basically raised in the frontier, have never, ever, seen this amount of people in one place, ever. You've never even really seen another person aside from your mother, like, through all your years of growing up. So you don't even know where to begin, but you have read about what a bar is, what a tavern is, what a barkeeper is even, in some of the books that you studied growing up. So then you make your way to the bar, and that's where you see, as soon as I pull it up, this gentleman, a gray elf. Yet he has an odd collection of piercings. He has a fish hook through his left ear, what appears to be some kind of a chain link through his right, and he's dressed rather nice, rather simply, but rather nice. He has a nice puffy shirt, an ornate leather vest, and he's currently wiping out a pint glass.
Excuse me.
What?
I'm so sorry, but are you Randy's?
Yeah, hold on a second. Everybody be quiet. Sorry about that, kid. I'm Regis. Can I help you?
Oh, good. That was easier than I thought it'd be. Hi. I am, my name is Nova, and I think I've been looking for you.
Oh, and that's when he looks you over. He notices that you're dressed rather strangely, like not overly so, but nobody else really comes in wrapped up wearing giant gloves like you are. And he's just looking you over. He's like trying to figure you out, and he doesn't, because he gets a 2. And he's like, okay. So you found me. Now what?
Oh, yes. I am supposed to tell you something about Rathbone's grave.
He's gonna insight you, because you can't quite figure that out. Let's see here. Probably be useful if I have his character sheet up.
Nah.
All right. Well, you're not actively trying to deceive him or anything. In fact, you're telling him flat out. So, however, you brought up a name that clearly brings some consternation to his face. You'll notice that this man has like solid black eyes. Like there's no distinction of iris or pupil or like sclera. It is all black, which is highly unusual for elves, at least from what you've read. But then again, you can't exactly claim to be an authority on much of anything with your background. But he seems rather concerned by that. Why do you need to know about Rathbone's grave?
Well, you see, to keep the story short, it is because of my mother. Do you perhaps know un Isolde Ambrele?
His eyes go wide, and Isolde was your mother?
Yes.
He beckons you to come a little bit closer to the bar. Dude.
He complies.
Okay. All right.
So,
It's then that he cautiously reaches out towards your scarf.
No, please, don't do that. Don't do that.
Easy. I'm not gonna pull it. I just have to be sure. And he just peeks in behind it. Ah. Wow. Time flies. Ah. Oh, goodness gracious. Wow. You just threw a lot of names at me that I just haven't even thought about in so long.
I'm so sorry. I only heard them for the first, saw them for the first time not so long ago myself.
Wow. So what? So did Isolde tell you anything about me, about the night that she brought you here?
She told me stories about that time. I don't know if she said your name, or I'm sorry, it was so long ago.
Yeah, you're telling me. Wow. Okay. Oh well, I can certainly tell you about Rathbone's grave, but as you can see, rather busy place right now, and
Wait. Nova reaches into his bag and he pulls out a black sack and holds it out to him. Here, I was told to give this to you.
Oh, okay. He takes the black sack from you, and he opens it. He kind of purses his lips, and he nods solemnly, and he puts the small satchel in his rear pocket. Well, kid, as you can see, this bar is kind of only staffed by me, and it's rather busy. So, tell you what, just hang around here for a little bit, and like I can show you to his grave at last call. Okay?
Sure. Okay. I don't want to be a bother.
No. It's very important. Isolde would have wanted it this way, so it's no bother.
Yeah. Okay. I'll leave you to your work, and I will be around.
Okay. All right. Everybody can start talking again. All right. So, with that, Nova, you go off to the side. Just find the little spot at the end of the bar, next to a very drunk gnome. There's not very many sober people in here anyway. You feeling like a fish out of water, but he puts like a little glass of water in front of you, knowing that your mother probably wouldn't want him serving you alcohol, even though you have not said nearly as much. So already, you're talking with people who know your mother very well. All right, so just as that conveniently finishes up, next we have another patron wandering into this bar, having been told to come here, looking on their own mission. So Zul, feel free to walk through the doors.
Indeed, I will do so.
Okay, so like I mentioned to Mega, this is a very large bar. It's like the size of picture like the largest barn that you've ever seen, and then double it, and that would be like the size of this whole building. It is huge, and it is full of drunk people, and you're wondering how are all these people even getting these drinks? Roll a perception for me, please.
Alrighty. 4.
Yeah, you don't know how all these people keep ending up with drinks, but here they are.
Perplexing to the mind.
Yeah, because you're looking at the bar it just seems to be served by this one gray elf man, and he just got done talking with somebody who looks like a pile of laundry. Um, so, tell everybody who you are and what you look like.
Alright, so basically, Avne is a cockatiel in heavy plate armor, and they've got a blue cloak around them with holy symbols all around them. And they've currently got a black multicolored feathered helmet on, but they will take that off as soon as they get in the tavern.
Good call. Good call.
And they also have like a bag around their waist or back or whatever.
Now, did you mention what race you were? I didn't. Quite
Oh,
catch.
sorry. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm Kenku. Sorry.
What kind of Kenku though? You said it once before, but
Cockatiel Kenku.
yes,
Yes.
cockatiel Kenku. Yes. Get out
Yes.
of here. So yes, here's this artist's interpretation of Avne, and also
Pretty bird is best bird.
Yes.
but let me show you a better one. This one was done by Caitlin C37, very talented artist, and Zool actually commissioned this, and it's an amazing piece. So I'm going to leave
Yes,
these
I
both
did.
up here. One, my own just for stylistic purposes, and the other just because holy hell, it beats the pants off of mine.
That armor's
Oh, I know, right?
So anyway, so you're in this tavern. What now?
Yes. I'm going to just look around, just look at all the people around. Just like, we get a lot of people here, and immediately turn to the bartender. What's he doing?
He is just wiping out a glass. He doesn't seem, not that you were there to see it, but it seems to be the same glass he was wiping out before.
All right, you can take off the helmet. Just have to get into character. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, hi.
Do you know a person here by the name of Fletcher Montrose?
Fletcher Montrose.
Yes.
He just kind of sighs and he sets the beer stein that he's cleaning off to the side, and he sets his rag down just beside it. It's gonna be that kind of day, isn't it?
What's the matter?
Fletcher's been dead for 80 years.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
You're just taken aback by this.
Yeah. So,
Well-
I guess your package is a little bit late, isn't it?
I suppose it has.
Well, what was it? What do you have for the package, though?
He's would you have put the parcel in the handy haversack at this point?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're just gonna pull that out.
No. Okay. So he observes the package, and it's at that moment that he snaps his fingers, and coming right up next to you is a small tan scale kobold wearing what looks to be like a blue jumpsuit. Let me just get back to where I can put her up. One moment, please. This is already getting rather... Yes, here we go. Yes, so this strange little tan scale kobold wearing a blue like leotard with black armor on her legs and carrying around this crazy large, very sharp weapon, like on her back, and you notice that she has an absurdly long tail, at least like six feet longer than she is tall. She comes up to you and she tugs on your cape.
They'll look down.
Come with me. And she walks towards the back of the tavern.
All right, and they will do so.
All right. Okay, so Now let me get Abney out of there. And also Momo, which I didn't actually tell her your name, but anyway.
That's fine.
Surprise, spoilers. Anyway. All right, so it's just conveniently at that moment that our next player walks in.
So convenient.
So convenient.
So convenient. Miyoko, tell us about your character a little bit.
So, my character is very reminiscent of the black-footed cats from, I believe, South Africa? It's from Africa, I remember that. She stands about 5 foot nothing, and is dressed mostly in a black robe with some tattering near the bottom. Looks like she's been wearing it for a decently long time, and there is a black sash going around her middle with a book attached to it. The book has an iron spine? Yes, iron spine with a chain wrapped around the sash, and every so often, as she stands there and fidgets a little bit, you see one of her hands kind of dart to the book, almost like she's checking to make sure it's still there.
Immediately, you catch the attention of the bartender. Oddly enough, because he's already seen some strange travelers, and you are just giving off that kind of vibe to him. So, you see this gray-skinned, black-eyed elf with a shock of white hair at the top of his head and very strange piercings through his ears, just kind of looking at you suspiciously, wiping a mug. And it may as well be the same mug because it is, but you wouldn't know that.
I mean, you're not a good bartender until you've figured out how to do your job and still be wiping the same mug 5 hours later.
Right? That's what I keep saying.
That was not in character.
I know. Anyway.
So he's just looking at me, remembering the note that I have. She will pretty much go straight up to the bar.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Say, hello. My name is Forrest. I have a few items mentioning the boar's head, a boar's end, and I have an item to deliver. And she will pull out a bottle of whiskey. And set it on the bar.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Whoa, you kind of scared me there for a second. It's been that kind of day.
My apologies. I mean no harm.
Oh, goodness. Here I thought you were going to be mentioning somebody who's dead and going on about
Well, you see, I don't know of their fate. Their name is Blunty?
Blunty?
Blunty, yes.
Blunty.
I was doing some traveling.
He has no idea who you're referring to. Continue.
I was doing some traveling and came across a camp that had been hastily abandoned and found these notes. One for a Dia Blunty, and it said that they had just made high échiquier for Deep Forge.
Okay. Okay. All right, so over in the back corner there, You're gonna see. Excuse me. Sorry, it's a little smoky in here. I keep telling them no smoking. In the back corner over there, you're gonna see a big bird, and a small. You know what a halfling is?
Yes, of course.
It's like that, but a bad temper. You're gonna
Oh.
want to go and talk to them about their employer.
Oh. Am I walking into a bad situation?
I think at this point you've already found yourself neck deep in it, but
Oh my.
this will make things better. He shrugs.
Oh. I sincerely hope that you are right. I definitely do not need any trouble right now.
Yeah, you and me both.
As well, my name is Eye of the Forest. May I ask your name?
Rengus
Rengus.
Tabari.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And she will turn and head over to the table with the big bird.
All right. So
Is there more than one big bird here?
there are several big birds in here.
Oh, I'm going for the brightest one.
Oh boy. There's by several I mean 3. Okay, so anyway, you approach this table that has what looks to be a blue feathered kenku of some variety, speaking with a very small, very moody looking halfling. And I'm just going to bring their pictures up now, just so they're up there. So let's see here. Show to players. Show to everyone. And holy poop! I knew I was forgetting somebody. I gotta upload somebody really quick. Bear with me.
So, okay.
Won't take but a moment to find
I have to agree with that dank Skelebro. This bartender, every time somebody else comes in, is just one bad news after another, and then it gets slightly better, and then it's bad news, then slightly better.
You don't even know the half of it. Okay, so I don't know what I did with it. So I'm gonna have to like pull up another version of the same file. Bear with me just a moment.
No problem.
Already this is not operating as smoothly as I was hoping, but that's okay. So here we go. And I forgot.
I am glad that you mentioned the moody halfling, because I feel like as that Forrest would have gone for the brightest bird in the place, and that immediately, if Avni had been in the room, would have been Avni.
I mean, you're not wrong, especially.
Oh, that's sad.
All right,
Shh, they
so
don't know these things.
now that I have their pictures up and viewable for the streaming audience, so you approach a table that has these two. One's looking rather proud of himself. The other is looking rather bored, rather angry. The halfling is the bored and angry one. The one that's really proud of himself is the big blue jay Kenku, who's sitting there with a stein of beer. He's got a bandolier across his shoulder that has a bunch of kunai in it. If you would say anything, these two gentlemen here, they're rogues.
If I would say anything about these two gentlemen, it's, oh dear God, please don't kill me.
You're not wrong.
Fair.
Fair. All right, so there I am, pretty as you please, just sitting there, and this crazy cat comes up to me and starts just shouting a bunch of nonsense at me. I've heard this story before. Like, yeah, I know, you were there for it. Yeah, I was. Well, anyway, so we're just sitting here just doing banter back and forth, waiting for the player character to kick in here, because,
Forrest is just standing there, just listening, just kind of listening, and then, yeah, as soon as he says that, she goes, oh,
He just for lore note, he didn't actually say that. just trying to nudge you to say something because I didn't think of dialogue for them. Anyway, so you
I don't know. I
interrupt
kind of want to see how long you can go on with this, D.
them. Look, you're the one that has to leave by midnight. You don't,
I know. Okay, so
you pumpkin.
Forrest goes up to them and says, "Excuse me, apologies for the interruption.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Forrest, and the Rangers has told me that I need to speak with you. I have some, I think, bad news. Something to do with your employer,
You know,
Blunty.
Blounty. Holy. Oh, Alexander, we haven't heard anybody call him Blounty in forever, have we? No. Yeah. No, Blounty's here. That's our employer. Tell you what. He's actually waiting around back for us. You want to come with us and we'll introduce you to him.
No, because I believe I have things from him for you.
From him for me.
I believe so. I've came across a camp in my travels, and
No.
there were some items. And she pulls out the note. One that says, "Dear Blunty, congratulations on making high Eshiquare for Deepforge. I found this pocket watch from the old days, and figured it may make a nice decoration for your new chambers. Say hi to the elf guy at Boar's End. I assume that the pocket watch is probably your payment for whatever you have done, really." And she's just going to completely avoid getting mugged and place the pocket watch on the table for them.
Oh, sweet jelly beans. Yeah, you're telling me. They both look at it. They are instantly wide-eyed. They know what this is. Tell me, the halfling speaks up to you. Did this come in any sort of a pouch or satchel or anything? Some kind of container?
Indeed, yes. I know that you gave that out of character. I know that you gave me that, and
Actually, I did not.
Oh, you did not. Oh, I just sworn it did come in something.
Well, actually, it did. It in a parcel, but you opened the parcel and discarded it.
Oh, okay. All right.
So-
Then yeah. Then I tell. Sorry. Then in that case I tell them that it was in a parcel, but I did not take the parcel with me.
Moon over a telly. They both put their heads in their hands. All right. All right, Dove, you are coming with us. You're going to take that, and you're going to follow us around back, or else something way worse is going to be coming across all of us real quick.
I'm gonna do an insight check on that.
Go ahead.
Let's see. What is my insight? Where was it? Yeah, not amazing. 12.
He is being completely honest.
Okay. Give him just a really hard look for a moment, and then finally nod, and I will go with them.
Trust us, you are safer coming with us than you are distrusting us.
I
So
believe I
they-
am safer doing both, but I will follow.
I guess you can do both, yes. If we're going to be pithy about it. So, with that, they both frustratedly get up from the table. You notice that they both avoid actually touching the watch, and they want you to, lift it off the table for them.
Yeah.
So you
I'll-
take it and
I'll
you follow them.
Pick it up discreetly, and yeah.
Yeah, and they take you into the back room areas of this establishment towards the living rooms, not the living rooms,
The common rooms?
No, when you rent a room, basically the suites. There we go.
Ah,
Taking you back towards the suites. Okay, so, and it's while you are conversing with those two shady characters that we have our next character coming in. Bella, you can feel free to introduce your character.
Tirza walks in. She is a little over 4 foot, husky, 195 pounds. To human eyes, she looks about 25, 30 or so, but she's about 95 years on this planet. She walks in. She has some light leather armor. She's holding a warhammer, which the staff she uses as a walking stick. Under her very burly arm, she has a paper package wrapped in red string, and she just keeps it very close to her. Kind of bushy, curly hair and a light beard that she braids.
Yes, and there's the lass right there. All right, and what do you do?
I actually want to open up with a perception check just to see if I notice anyone from my religious order.
Okay, go ahead.
22.
All right, that's actually a very good roll. With that, nobody is apparently a follower of Arend. Just tell us all really quick. Who is Arend?
Arend is one of the major deities, one of the, I believe you said female presenting deities who is kind of nature, earth, creator. Tirza, as a dwarf and as kind of an islander dwarf, really loves just nature, herbalism, medicine. She finds life and the creation of life to be very inspiring and religious, and Arend kind of embodies all of that for her.
Okay, good. All right, so there is nobody who is apparently a follower of Arend. You don't see the symbol of Arend on anybody's clothing or as part of their jewelry or anything. So, yeah, you might be the lone Arend follower here.
Okay. Did anybody with my role? Did anybody look at me when I came in?
Did anybody look at you?
Mm-hmm.
Just the bartender, just that
Okay.
weird gray elf with the pitch black eyes.
Okay.
But he quickly goes back to wiping out his mug.
She's gonna go over to the bar as she assumes he probably knows most of the regulars, at least.
What can I get for you?
Just water, actually. I'm here looking for a friend of my church group, essentially.
Oh,
I have something to give him, but I don't know what he looks like. I know that sounds very strange.
Hun, this has been a very strange day with people looking for other people wanting to give people things. So, do you have anything to work from? Because I can at least point them out to you, get you out of my hair.
I know his name is Blunt.
Dear Lord, another one.
So she notices his face, just like, ugh.
Yeah.
How many people have you seen today?
I don't even think I've hit the half of it. Quite a few. Okay, you see that strange cat and the big blue jay, and you probably can't see the halfling, but trust me, he's there.
Oh, yes.
Follow them. They will tell you where Blount is.
She kind of like holds her warhammer a little, not threateningly, but just aware of, what her stance is. This isn't how you say an ambush, is it?
No. I realize that wasn't terribly convincing of me, but I'll put it to you this way: they're not. If there is one, they're not the ones behind it. They're gonna be the ones that stop it. To be honest.
Oh, I understand. I'm not afraid. I have much help with me today. So she stalks away from the bar and is following the Blue Jays, the back of the Blue Jays' head.
Okay.
As she just kind of slowly saunters behind them.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Can I roll perception against that as well?
Absolutely. I would love you to do that.
Yeah, already beat it. Rolled a 9,
Yeah,
and
so did the Blue Jay. So Tirza, even though you're only about 4 feet tall, you managed to trip over a bar stool that's about chest level with you. Sorry about that. Instantly you draw attention to yourself, but to be honest, you probably weren't being super sneaky in the first place. So the Blue Jay and the cat turn around and look at you, and if you could see the halfling, probably turn around and look at you too, but you can't see him.
I clear my throat, and then kind of clutch the package closer to me and just stand up a little taller. Keep walking.
Jesus, another one. Who's this Jesus that you're talking about? Oh, it's you misheard me. I didn't say that. Oh, okay. So, yeah, that suspiciously deep voice that came off to the side. It's probably the halfling you can't see. Oh, jeez. You got another, let me guess. You got a package for Blount, don't you? He puts his hand to his forehead. Dude.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here. Follow us. And
okay.
They waves you to follow them.
If I may, as we are walking along, I'm gonna kind of look sideways at Tirza, and you are going to hear in your head, "I do not fully trust these two, but apparently there is worse coming. So be on your guard."
I kind of flinch as I hear the voice in my head, but it's not unknown to me that people can send thoughts and messages, and so I just kind of nod and just keep looking straight ahead.
Oh, it's that kind of day. Which you astonishingly hear in your head from the bartender.
Oh god.
Anyway, so Japery aside, that didn't actually happen. I just wanted to be cool. Japery aside, let's move on to our next player. Dragon, tell us about yourself and what you're doing here in this bar. Dragon?
Sorry, had to quickly shut my door. Shut the door. Okay. So at this time, as the group is starting to walk out, you would see a 6'5" black, light brown furred, black striped no walking, clothes looking very disheveled. Basically, his pants is only being held up by a piece of rope. Currently has his quote unquote bag, which is basically a sack of all his belongings in it, just thrown over his shoulder. And you also see that he has very gnarly and scarred hands, were completely wrapped in bandages at this moment. I would quickly scan the room for the bartender and just walk up to the man.
He sees you coming, as does everybody else in the bar, because you are standing pretty tall in comparison to everyone else here.
I'm 6'5" and a gnoll. I stand out.
You stand out. Well, what can I do you for?
Just looks over the bar and goes, two shots of your cheapest whiskey and one Hack's Hardway knockout.
All right. Oh, finally, somebody comes in here ordering a drink. Fantastic. Okay, so he goes and he grabs a couple shot glasses from under the bar, and he pulls out a bottle of whiskey, pours it 2 shots, and then he realizes what you just said. Wait. Hacks Hardway knockout.
Yeah. Yes. That was one. Yes. Hacks Hardway knockout.
It's then that he takes one of the shot glasses and just downs it himself. I'll replace it. He snaps his finger and it instantly refills. And then he pushes the 2 shots back towards you. Okay, you see that weird kid that looks like a blanket right there at the end of the bar? He's pointing at Nova.
I look and go, yeah.
All right, well, he's currently waiting for me to show him something else. You're going to have to wait alongside with him, if you wouldn't mind, because it's a busy establishment here.
Takes the first shot, just completely smacks it back. Goes, how long's the wait gonna be?
Couple hours.
Hours.
By the way, you got to pay for those.
I immediately pull out 2 coupons saying I'm allowed free drinks.
Oh, of course Hack would do that to me. All right.
Yeah, he. Heard the news about the old bastard.
He was a tough guy. Did you know him?
Yeah. You could say that. I was there when life got too much for him. Slams back the second shot. Puts on the table. Yeah.
It's then that he takes out another shot glass for himself, snaps his fingers, and it fills with whiskey, and he lifts it up to Hack.
I'm assuming that the Hardway knockout was a drink itself, or was just a code word.
It's a code word.
God damn it. Okay. Well, we're still paying for that. Still paying for the celebratory shot.
Clink.
Clink. Slams it back. Steps away from the bar and starts walking over to where Nova is.
All right, so you take your seat at the end of the bar next to this child, this small human. Well, he's not even that small, but you can tell he's a child. Nova, would you like to interact with the big scary hyena man who just sat next to you? I'm going to take that as a no. We're going to move on anyway because we still got more characters to introduce. All right, so that being said, let's move on. Bridget, you are next in our lineup, so tell us who you are and describe yourself.
So I am Holly Mossfoot, the rogue. And hold on, my dog's trying to get in on the.
Yay for doggo.
Papa.
Is wearing a kind of a kilt-like skirt, pretty nondescript, but you can tell that's where she keeps probably an abundance of blades, maybe daggers, other stuff we won't talk about. She's pretty mouthy, pretty harsh, but who knows what's hiding in that bodice of hers, but she's about as tall as most halflings, maybe 3'6", something like that, kind of on the taller side for a halfling. And trouble, mischief.
Yeah. All right, so what brings you here? Where do you go and what do you do first?
Holly got herself in a little bit of trouble one day, doing some odd jobs, getting some but she was, procuring some stuff she might not have supposed to have been. and and she kind of got a hold of some goods that she shouldn't have had a hold of. And that brings her here searching for a certain barkeep. Load said stolen property.
Well, there is only one barkeep here, which is amazing considering how huge this place is. And he is a tall gray elf with white hair and strange piercings in his ears, like I've described before to so many others. And he's got pitch black eyes. Very strange. Wiping a glass yet again, but you wouldn't know that because you just came in.
Must be a filthy, dirty glass.
Yeah, it must be.
Right, so I are as gracefully as someone so short can saunter. Might be throwing some elbows on my way. Climb up on a bar.
Oh, jeez, you scared the crap out of me. Yeah, he, you just totally surprised the hell out of him just hopping up on that bar stool like that. Well, what'll it be? What can I help you with?
I'm looking for a certain gentleman, and I heard he might be here.
Of course you did. All right, give me the name.
Engis, you know him?
Days like this make me wish I didn't. That's me.
That's you. Oh, this is your lucky day. So what
it doesn't
I've
feel like
got in my pocket is something, it fell off the back of it saying I helped it along, but
All right. Yeah. Roll a deception with disadvantage. That basically means roll it twice and then take the lowest number if you weren't sure.
right?
Are you missing your character sheet or?
So I have a +4.
Oh, you cut
rolled
out.
a 4, both an 8.
So you have a +4 modifier, is that? And you rolled an 8?
What would out a little bit?
Yeah. All right, type it out in the Discord if you wouldn't mind. Bridget? Oh, I think we lost her.
Technical difficulties.
We'll be right back.
No. If you're talking at all, we cannot hear you, and you've been lagging a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so Bridget did indeed roll an 8. And based on that, yeah. I would say a +4 modifier. I can't see your character sheet right now, so I'm just going to presume +4 sounds about right, unless she took proficiency in it. Yeah, +4. Okay. Yeah, she just confirmed it in the Discord chat. So, yeah. She did not pass that deception check. Instantly, this man is suspicious. It's like, huh. All right, well, just put it up here on the counter. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of fun. We're gonna, you know, what, we're gonna go on a quick break, everybody. Oh, hold on. I hear dogs barking.
No. Can you hear me better now?
Yes. Okay.
Much better.
Okay.
Okay, so I take a rolled up paper out of my pocket and slide it across the table.
He looks at it, and he looks at the paper, and then he looks skyward and shakes his head. He's like, bound and determined to weed me into this, aren't you? And he looks down at the paper, he unfurls it, and what does he find there?
And a with an ink blotch on it.
Mm-hmm. So it's just the paper that it's just the note that you received earlier.
And it's a little worse for wear.
Well, okay, so yeah, this note says to bring it to me, and seems to be making inferences towards an entity that I'm sure you know about. I certainly know about. He takes the note and he tucks it in his back pocket. Was there anything else with it?
No, just a bottle of ink. That might have broken.
What was in the wooden box, Bridget?
Oh, pen set. Oh, a pen!
Yes.
I forgot. Here, there's a pen. And I pass a pen across the table.
Oh, well, okay. Whoa. So, just to describe what this pen looks like, this is a quill pen that is pitch black, the kind of black that you look at it and it's almost sickening to look at. It makes you nauseous to look at it. And both the feather and the nib on this quill are this, special black. But it also has an odd sheen to it, just like a weird kind of magical glow in like the wrong light or the right light, depending on perspective. Immediately, Ren just takes the pen and he tucks it below the bar, and he bites his lip, looks off to the side, pretends that that Holly doesn't exist, shaking his head.
At the moment. So are we done? Is that your package? I am glad I could help you out in getting that back. Don't suppose you'd want to throw a shot my way for my troubles?
Oh, your troubles, huh? No, tell you what, here's what's going to happen. See that big scary knoll man and that person covering themselves there? You're going to sit at the end of the bar and think about what you did. And I'll be with you in a couple hours.
Oh my god.
Well, if you insist.
Believe me, I do insist. And instantly you feel the chill of death on your spine. Roll me an insight.
We just started this. Why are you getting on people's bad sides?
Trust me, it has nothing to do with you.
I mean, it's the curse of all rogues.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Loading the page piece.
You're all being
Oh.
carried.
Trying not to pay attention to the chat, but dank Skelebro, yeah.
Skelebro's on it today.
That's my buddy Levi.
Hi, Levi.
Over just one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bridget? Did you?
Take 2 rolls or just one?
Just one. Just a regular roll.
Okay, I rolled a 20 actually.
20 on the die, huh?
First nat 20.
Snap 20!
Way to go!
Wow.
All right, so everybody, round of
Already?
applause. Bridget got her first natural 20. Okay, so yeah, Holly, you feel this man is incredibly threatening and terrifying, and there's something very strange about his threat, but you are just not at all fazed by it because, well, you know, this whole situation was very strange, and you can almost feel just like somebody dictating your life right now, and it's just woefully comedic. But, you know, perhaps, you know, going off to the side of the bar and waiting for him might not be a bad idea.
Takes a deep breath, shrugs her shoulders to her woefully comedic fate, ups down off her bar stool, shuffles over to where the bartender out what she's done.
Oh, usually they're a little bit more affected by that. Must be losing it. Cue sitcom laughter. Canned laughter, because it wasn't funny. It was just, yo. So,
Haha!
ha
Aha.
And I lost where I was in that whole debacle. Okay, yes. Okay, so now that the applause from the live studio audience has died down, Cheryl, your character just managed to make their way in here. Tell us about your character.
Orc walk in.
Yeah.
Of confidence.
Oh, Cheryl, your mic is like really low. Can you turn your volume up a bit?
Where?
Technical difficulties, folks.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
So much better.
That's much better.
So you see walk in this 6'3". He's got dark hair that's pulled back into elaborate braids. Very colorful. Your top with a bright blue sash, pants, boots. Shoulder, there's a backpack. Over the other shoulder is a lute hanging off her belt. Exudes this air of confidence as she walks in.
Oh, wow.
Wife goals.
Well, there's you don't see that every day, I guess. Yeah, he instantly picks you out as soon as you walk in because you're 6'3". You are the probably the second tallest person in this bar so far.
Certainly the tallest bard in the bar.
Certainly.
Dressed in flamboyant clothing.
You're certainly the tallest bard in the bar and perhaps in all the land except for Sir Ball the Tall. God, wow, okay. I tried to come up with something off the cuff there, and bleh. Anyway, so, Waira, what do you do?
Walks up to the bar. The bartender, one of the coupons for a free drink that she was sent.
Oh. Another one of these, huh? All right, what do you have at least?
Just give me a nail.
All right. And he he just sets the glass that he's been polishing for the last hour right in front of you, and snaps his finger. It instantly fills with ale. He takes your coupon from you, and he
It's a
braces
seat.
himself.
Finds a seat at the bar, turns facing the room, and looks around to see if she can find a bluebird. Four.
He notices you looking. Oh, so wait. Okay, so you weren't after me. Okay. Who are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I was told to find myself a bluebird.
Find your. Oh, he's gonna kill me for this. I guess life comes at you fast sometimes. All right, so you see that dark and shadowy hallway back there?
Oh. I gotta go down it, don't I?
Yeah, basically. You see, there's you weren't the first person to come in looking for him, or his. I guess his partner would have been harder to pick out of a crowd. Yeah. So if you go down that hall, first door, you're gonna hang a left, and then the first door on your right, you're just gonna knock 3 times like this, and they'll know that's the code, and they'll let you in.
And she rest of her drink, leaves the empty glass on the bar, and heads down the hallway.
Oh, good. She had the courtesy to leave it. Fantastic. At least that's going right. So, with that, Weira makes her way down the dark and shadowy hallway in pursuit of the bluebird of unhappiness. So, with that little scene out of the way, let's move on to our next player. Let me pull this back up here. So, Salix, that would be you. So, tell us about yourself and your character.
Right. So the person that walks into the bar is a gnome standing about 4 foot even, with loosely wrapped in what looks to be a clerical cloak. He has kind of lank, faded black hair with this weird antenna sticking out in the front, pulled back in a ponytail, sort of a tan skin, and just kind of nervously looking around, fiddling with some kind of amulet around his neck. That's Springle, and he's going to walk up to the barkeep.
Okay. Tell me, stranger, are you here for a drink? I hope you are.
God.
I might need one.
Oh,
but,
you and me both, kid.
Not at the moment.
Oh. All right, well, I'll just keep this one for myself. He takes the bar glass that Weira previously drank out of that he'd actually been, you wouldn't know this, of course, but our audience would. He had been wiping down again for about 2 or 3 minutes. Takes the apparently empty mug, lifts it to his face, and basically just slams a whole ale down his throat.
Oh, okay then. I was wondering if you could help me find a gentleman named Ixander?
Did you say Ixander?
Yes.
Man, that bird's popular.
Of course. Well, at least you weren't after the blue bird. Oh.
What?
Okay, it's been that kind of night, kid. All right, so you see the big tall green lady just over yonder, heading down that hallway?
Yes?
You're going to follow her. You're going to be really sneaky, and you're going to listen to the knock she makes on the door, and you're going to mimic that. Understood?
Yes?
All right. Go at it. And he just like shoos you off.
Okay, Wrinkle's gonna make a stealth check then.
Yes, thank you. I was actually about to ask, so good on you.
Right, 1 sec.
Cheryl, are you
me.
you still there?
Still here.
Okay, you're gonna roll a. Wait, what's your passive? What's your passive perception?
Which would be 10 plus your perception bonus.
Passive perception is 11.
I got a 12 on
Passive-
stealth.
You got 12
No,
on.
passive is 12.
Oh. Okay. So in the case of a tie,
Meets it beats.
yep. So, and it's usually in the usually in favor of the defender. So it almost escapes your attention, Weira. It almost escapes your attention, but through this throng of people heading towards the this hallway, you see like this weird little, almost an antenna made out of hair, just kind of like following.
That's what I
you,
was thinking.
Ducking behind tables. And you know what? If it weren't for that piece of hair, you probably would have never noticed it. You're being tailed.
Probably not the first time.
So,
Keeps an eye on the little moving antenna of hair as she heads down the hallway, see if it follows her.
all right.
It does.
Okay, Fringo, roll me a perception.
Okay. 1 second. Perception. 16.
16.
Heck yeah.
Okay. So for a while, you're thinking that you are being ultra cool and stealthy, and you're kind of humming along in your head, like, dun, 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 thinking that you are being an expert, stealthy person. This is not in your training. This is not anything you have ever done before. But you figure, I'm small, she's tall. I got this made. You've been noticed. She turns and basically looks right at you, but continues onward down the hall. So at this point, do you want to keep up the ruse that you're being sneaky, or
If she sees me, no.
okay, what do you
Like
do
if she acknowledges she sees me, no.
Well, I think she made a pretty clear acknowledgement. So what do you do?
Yeah, then I'll just start following her.
She's not being subtle, looking at him.
Then yeah, he's just gonna stand up and follow her.
Well, that's just the way it goes then. Waver, any
That's just
response?
how it be.
Keeps walking.
Okay. Huh. Well, that was interesting. And it's at that moment, not even a split second after the word interesting leaves poor Rengis's lips, this beleaguered barkeep, that I believe our final player comes in. Yes. All right, so Dan,
Yes.
you find your way in here. So tell us who this boy is.
This lad, standing at 6'4", is a lizard folk, covered in dark green scale, with a bit of lighter scales on the chest and belly, though you may not be able to see it. He's wearing a burlap shirt, hide pants, and some hide vambraces. He's also carrying a longbow in one of his hands, in his right hand, because there is no strap for him to put it on. And it's looks ready to be used at any moment. And that's a kind of a clue as to what he is, what he does. On his side is a side quiver on his right side, and along his belt is a and as he and one other important note, his eyes, normal eyes, but his irises are crimson. So he's sort of sticking out a little bit. And but when he enters, he just sort of looks around and tries to see, if there's anyone of note kind of that sticks out from the crowd.
Roll me perception with advantage, please.
Oh boy. with advantage. Okay. Let's see here. Perception. Oh. With advantage, that's 17.
All right, so you see, and this excuse me, this person sticks out like a sore thumb in spite of, just the amount of people and the diversity of this bar. The barkeep, this sole single barkeep, who just has the weight of the world on his shoulders. You can see it in his pitch black eyes. He's instantly looking at you. He puts down the bar glass and the bar rag that he was just wiping it with, and he puts both his hands on the counter and just looks at you through a furrowed brow. He's watching you come into his establishment with a weapon out, not safely tucked away like any normal person would have, just looking around like you're about to shoot somebody.
Well, unfortunately for him, I lock eyes with him and start making my way towards him.
He does not break his gaze. I want you to roll me an intimidation.
Oh, boy.
Or,
dear.
if you don't intend to intimidate him, roll an insight.
Alright, I'll do insight then. Let me just make sure I'm doing it right. Okay. 14.
So tell me, Dan, you ever read or watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Oh my god.
I've definitely heard it from my friends and seen clips of it, so I know what it's about, more or less.
All right. Well, to this point, if this was the show or the manga, that you would see this purple, like, excuse me, sorry. This purple symbol, like, going across the screen. This symbol basically means menace, and this is kind of they kind of put it in there to kind of emulate like the 1980s slow swelling horror soundtrack to build up suspense, like a that kind of thing. You kind of picture that going on as everything around you just kind of feels a little dark. You're not really shaken too hard by it, but this gentleman is scary, and you don't feel like he has any right to be so scary.
Well, I'm going to keep that to myself as I get up to the counter, and I just kind of staring down a little bit as I reached into a pouch and pull out a coupon card for free drinks and gauge his reaction.
He looks at the coupon. It almost looked like roll me a perception real quick.
Perception. Okay, I'm rolling a lot today. That's a 23.
You notice that on his right hip, he has a gun.
Do I know what a gun is?
You might roll knowledge history.
Fuck, he's got a gun.
Is my history good? My history is shit.
Roll with
that's a
advantage
4.
because...
Oh, advantage. Okay. Oh, good. That'll increase my 4. Nope. That it with advantage.
With advantage.
4.
I'm so
He
sorry.
reached for something that kind of looks like a crossbow, but it doesn't have the wings on the side of it. It doesn't really have a string, so you don't know if it was a crossbow, but
It still looks dangerous.
This is my boomstick.
yeah, it looks like he was reaching for some sort of weapon until you pulled out the coupon. But then you see him. Excuse me. Wow. Okay, doing Rengis's voice just completely destroyed me. Pardon me for a moment.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So yes. Shit. forgot what I was about to say. Oh, when he sees the coupons, you see a split second of relief on his face, followed by an immediate urge to go back to reaching for that weapon. But he stays his hand and puts his hand back on the counter. What'll it be, stranger?
I want to have a drink and information if you might have it.
I've got plenty of both. What'll you have to drink?
A regular ale, as it were.
All right. He puts the glass that he's been cleaning for the last who knows how long right in front of you, snaps his fingers. Instantly, there's an ale.
Okay. The information I'm looking for, aside from how you fucking did that, is
secret.
one of the. Yeah, he takes out a gold coin, and he kind of holds it up and slowly turns it to show on both sides of it. But it's not a normal coin. I'll actually explain it. On the gold coin, on one side is depicting the old city of Averhold, and on the other is a scene from the Averhold games.
Oh. Huh. Wow. You know, I think I was actually at those games. Not as a competitor, mind you. I did previously compete, but those ones I think I was a spectator at. Interesting coin you got there. I hope that's all you've got to show me.
Frankly, I don't even know what these kinds of coins are. I know that there's the currency kinds, but this one is not exactly. I don't really know what it is. It was given to me along with the cards.
Hmm. Well, you know what? I'm not exactly an appraiser or anything, but funny thing about these commemorative coins, they're worth exactly 1 gold each. So, yeah. Was there anything else?
Do the drinks come with food?
Shit, I just completely had a brain fart. I'm sorry. Yes. I mean, you have to pay for them. I mean, I will take these as payment if you like, but
I think I will hold on to them for a bit longer.
yeah,
In case I have. But, yes,
what can I
and,
get you
no
for
food.
food? I'll have our chef whip something up for you.
I don't have any money. Aside from these.
Oh. Well.
Well, how about this instead? And he actually takes out the locket. Well, not the token, I should say. And he holds it up to him. And it's a gold token. One side shows shot unblinking eye over a pair of columns and a dwarven script. And he just holds it and he kind of points at it and said, "Do you know what this is?"
He immediately he takes another shot glass from under the bar, and he fills it up, knocks it back, fills it up again, knocks it back, fills it up again, knocks it back. Where
We're gonna need a drink counter at some point during this.
you say that like I'm not keeping track. He says to you, while he says to your character who is just perplexed. Yeah.
Why are you talking at the ceiling?
Yeah. He looks, he actually does look at the ceiling. He looks skyward. I know what that is.
Good, because I have no idea. Tell me.
You know what? You see this group of miscreants at the end of my bar here, this motley crew over yonder?
Perhaps.
He's motioning at Jack and, no, you're Jack, sorry. At Usnar and and Company, the latest Disney release. Second time I've made an Oliver and Company joke in the last 2 days. Anyway, so he motions at them, and yeah, go. Just you don't have to be social or anything. In fact, I'd kind of like you to just kind of, keep your mouth shut. Just sit with them, and just sit with them. We're all gonna go out to the graveyard in about an hour.
I see. Well, then I
Insight
only
that,
have one.
please.
Oh, insight. Okay, good. All right, that's good. Needed another roll on top of the other 20 I've made tonight. Insight. 19.
Okay, well, the good news is he doesn't intend to kill you, or at least not yet. So it's not a euphemism for, digging a grave for any of you and, tossing your lifeless body into it. But he's kind of at that level where he feels like he could. And with that 19 in insight, he probably could. And you don't know how, especially given that weird little moment you had when you walked up to him. So, it's at this point, I gotta say, I was hoping that we'd get to do a break time by this point, and then we would move on to the next scene. But I think today we've done enough, and I think this will end our session for the evening. So, with that, everybody go ahead and stop your recordings. Everybody in game. Yeah.
Yep.
So there we go. Those of you who are in the chat, I want to thank you so much for stopping in here.
And for the quality jokes.
And for the quality
Yeah.
jokes. Yes. Dexter,
Yes.
bro, you did it.
Yes, top grade.
Top
You
marks.
done did good.
So yeah, anybody?
It's gonna be like, have y'all seen Community? You know when Donald Glover's character comes back in with the pizza and everything's on fire?
Yes.
Yes.
It's gonna be the room that we all walk into.
Yeah. Maybe.
Sounds about right.
Maybe.
I was gone for 10 minutes. What happened?
Yeah, you're gonna meet a guy who comes in with a bunch of pizzas and All right. Anybody got anything? Oh wow! Holy shit! Let me. So hey.
Yeah, I saw that drop. Someone tipped you about $69.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh Jesus!
Quick question.
Jesus. Jesus crust.
What was the name? What was the name for that?
The name for what?
For the donator, does it say?
Oh, I was about to read that.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Lysk or Lysk.
Hey!
I don't know.
That's my buddy.
Oh, wow. Thank your buddy for me,
Nice.
please.
Will do. You should still be listening. But
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. My tired voice thanks you, Lisk. Is it Lisk or Lysk?
it's Lisk. Lisk.
Okay, I had it right the first time. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much. Wow. So I didn't want to bring this up earlier. This is basically going towards my moving fund because I am trying to find a new place to live. I have been out of work for about a month on medical leave. I did just recently return, but it's not going to be really soon enough for me to collect enough of a paycheck to really move. So this helps out immensely. So thank you so much for that list. All right, anything? RF switch art. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We don't worry. We enjoy the puns. We live on them.
Yes.
They give us sustenance.
That
one honestly took me a second. Good job.
One might even say that we are petrified from our laughter.
Get out.
I'll be over here in my corner.
So I'm actually going to turn off the music now because I mean we're not even in game anymore. So there we go. Rendris,
But then we can't pretend we're in the bar.
Oh, I mean, some
What does
of
the
us can.
kobolds want with me?
I honestly did lose track. How many drinks did Ren just have?
Just since everybody, okay, on screen he had like 6, but
Okay.
you know
What?
he's probably had way more than that today.
Oh yeah, no, he's got a bottle under the counter.
He's got a whole bar. He's
Why doesn't he have part-time helpers?
well,
What kind of
you know,
liver does he
nobody.
got?
I was kind of feeding
Nobody
that
asked.
line, but nobody really was able to. Those who did check didn't really roll successfully, and nobody else really checked.
I mean, Nova has no reason to assume that there would be more.
Yeah.
The true answer is that they're there. They just don't tend to last through the week.
And
Oh,
you
dear.
should assume all bartenders drink their own supply.
I mean, if it's magically replenished, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just found out that my soundproofing wasn't as good as I hoped it was. I just got text from my roommate. Saying,
At least it's like your neighbor.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know. Hold on a second. I just got text her back.
So y'all, it's like one thing to see all of the artwork, but hearing you guys actually describe like how they move and how they talk, like I'm really in love with a lot of these characters.
I really hope that people enjoyed my accent because boy did I practice for all of 10 minutes on that.
I've been listening to like YouTube videos of people speaking in certain accents, and I'm just like, why do I just go to like British Scottish for some reason? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I mean, I think I changed accents.
See, I
to-
can't pull off any accent, so I just kind of put on my most nervous voice I could to do Fringle.
Honestly, Pringle
Fun.
Numbles is my favorite name
Oh, there's so
I've
much
ever
more.
heard.
There's so much more to it.
Still
It gets
another
worse.
hour.
Fun fact, the first time that I ran Eye of the Forest, I tried to do a French accent,
Oh, I love it.
and then it slowly kept going to German, which slowly kept going to Russian.
They're the same, right?
Russian is one accent I can actually do, but since we are supposed to be in, how you say, Denmark for...
It's okay. We figured it out in the end.
Dwarfland is place of not happy people.
But they do have the best vodka.
Ah, da comrade.
Oh, Lordy. All right. Well, with that, everybody, we got through our first session. It, clearly was a bit more of a, yeah. I was hoping we would have gotten to get around to it more, but these things happen at the pace they happen at. I'm just, I don't know how many of you were listening to when I was doing the opening, but I realized about 2 or 3 points where I just completely stopped. Oh, Dank Skelebro! Wow. Dank Skelebro just donated $50. Holy crap!
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you,
Dank.
Dank
Yay,
Stella,
thank
bro.
you.
Thank you, Danny.
Hooray! Yay! We
Heart
give
Levi.
them all the
I
give them all the logs.
Yay!
Give them all the logs.
Oh wow. And hey, I think I know who that is. We just got another follower, Ella Bell Loves. I think I know who that is.
Yeah.
I believe that's my friend Ella, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for starting this journey with me, and we're hoping to run it again next week. In the meantime, this is Lady D signing off. Anybody else have any fond farewells?
Love you
Yeah,
all.
thanks for letting me play and putting up with
Have a
me.
wonderful evening.
Bye, losers.
And
Wow.
wow.
Well then.
Well, we just went
Don't
to
need a
0
boss going
followers.
this
Thanks for
stream.
that.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
boss
no
going.
problem.
On that note, let's real quick, everybody, let's give a round of applause for Lady D here.
Oh,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yay!
thank you guys.
This has been a lot of fun.
We did
It
it.
is.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, you guys were
Well, now
great
that we're
to play
ending
with
the
tonight.
stream, we can raid people.
Well, I didn't actually set it up to actually raid, and I
Oh,
am
fuck.
tired and ragged, and
That's
I
fair.
am so thankful for everything tonight. Thank you all, and everybody have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
Have a good night.
To you as well.
Night, guys.
Bye bye.